Hi everyone, and welcome to Gila Health and Wellness New Mom Edition. As you can see, my husband and I had a baby. So this channel is going to bring you some information and insight into health and wellness as relates to taking care of newborns and so on. My daughter now is about 5 weeks old. And I've already learned a lot that has to do with my body and health in terms of how I can take care of myself while taking care of a newborn. So I wanted to share some of these things with you now. So first off, breastfeeding position. I, for several days on and off, would get headaches in the back of my head, like the side. And when I asked my doctor, she told me they were actually tension headaches just from bending down over while I was breastfeeding. And when I heard that, I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe that because I've been having bad posture while breastfeeding, I've caused myself pain. I've caused myself pain because if you know me, you know that I love posture and I love good posture. And I'm a Pilates instructor and a yoga instructor, and I have to, stop hating on myself for this, but I couldn't believe that I had gotten into this chronic, 4-week cycle of sitting in a way that would cause me chronic pain, because I'm usually so into posture and ergonomics. So this is what it was. So basically, I told you I was bending over. That was one issue. Another issue that I had was in terms of holding the baby, and also during breastfeeding, and also just generally afterwards if I'm burping her or walking around or just keeping her upright to help her digestion. I'd be holding her and my wrist would get really sore. My thumbs would even get really sore. These special opposable thumbs that us humans brag about all the time. I mean, mine was getting very opposed to being used. So that's another thing that I learned that I could do better. So, there are things that they make for us for breastfeeding, which is great. There's the Boppy Pillow. Now, here's the thing. When I first came home, I didn't realize how much it would hurt to sit down. But I actually had to use this Boppy Pillow over here as a seat for myself, just to elevate myself over the couch cushion more and help me sit without having so much pain after labor and delivery. So that's one thing. And the other thing is that when I do go to start using the Boppy Pillow more, it obviously is helpful for breastfeeding. I just haven't started using it yet either because I still need to lift my baby up to a proper height. And the Boppy Pillow won't get her here. So I've been using tons and tons and tons of pillows. Now, I have mentioned to you before regarding hunching over while breastfeeding. The way that I personally have dealt with that, again, I don't have a rocking chair. Rocking chair or lounge, lazy boy chairs would be helpful because you can lean back. I don't do that right now. What I do is I put 2 poufy pillows behind me so they support me so that my back doesn't. That was another thing that was hurting. My lower back was hurting a ton. So by putting these pillows up here, they're propping me and my back's not overworking. And I'm not creating so much pain in my my upper back and my lower back. And then in terms of my whole hunching issue that was creating these headaches, I make sure to elevate my baby so she's coming, really, she's supposed to meet the breast. So the baby's supposed to meet the breast. We're not supposed to bring the breast to the baby. So she meets the breast. And then the other thing that I even added, because this wasn't high enough, was I'll sit on a short stool for my feet, and by elevating my feet a few more inches, that really brings me to the perfect height. So that's great. And then she's meeting me, we just ate, so this is just, for example, posture, but she's meeting me and coming up to me, and I'm not having to hunch over and create all these tense areas of my body and have chronic pain issues. And the other issue with lifting, if I just use my hand like this with all my fingers together as opposed to separating out the thumb, even when I go under her arm, I can do that. I actually end up kind of bending my thumb, but at least now I'm protecting the thumb joint that was hurting me constantly, and I can lift her that way. Obviously, you want to make sure you're safe. Now, for me in particular, my left thumb was the one that was getting really a lot of pain, so I actually still do the regular way with the right, and I just protect my left because I know that it's been prone to having a lot of pain. So those are 2 posture tips. And the final one I want to provide for how to just, manage these things to make sure your own body as a mom is still in optimal physical health, right? Because the baby is number 1, but the mommy shouldn't be too far behind. You want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself as well. And that is how to protect the wrist. So when you're breastfeeding, and they also make pillows with this that might help you keep your wrist in neutral. You want to keep your wrist in neutral. So the reason why I was having so much pain was I was supporting her head during breastfeeding and her neck, holding on here, and then my wrist would be going like this. And what I want to do to prevent this chronic pain issue I've been having is to keep it neutral like this. So what you can do is you can roll up a towel or a washcloth. I have a washcloth here. I think I'm sitting on it, which is not the first time I've been sitting on something I'm looking for. This is a burp cloth, so we can use this as well. Anything that you can roll up, place under your wrist in the right way that it maintains it from going from this position to this neutral position so that you're not straining your wrist muscles. So those are our tips for today about how to have optimal physical health and improved posture while breastfeeding and taking care of your newborn. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Say bye.